Doing some spring maintenance on the Woods RM400. So I just pulled the shields off each side here, and we're going to shop vac all this grass and leaves out here quick. Shop vac didn't quite do the trick, so we took it out and power washed it quick. Much cleaner now. I'm going to go ahead and grease it so that we can replace any of the grease that was displaced for power washing. You don't have to take the covers off to do this. There's an access hole out here for the Zerk. This is the first time I've ever used this mower. It came with the Kubota as a package deal when I purchased it. There's an access here for the rear blade. If I could find it, it's in there somewhere. There we go. And the third blade. And I think we're out of grease now. Yep, oh. Yep, we're out. Grease the caster wheels, or anti-scalp wheels, whatever you want to call them. And number 2. And there we go. She is nice and greased. It's very important when you're greasing a piece of PTO powered equipment that you make sure and get the PTO shaft. There's going to be a Zerk on each of the U-joints on the ends, and I believe there should be one inside this cover here. I could not find one. I don't know if it got knocked off or what. I'm going to look a little more for that one, but very important when you're greasing the spindles and everything else, make sure you get the PTO shaft. Checking the oil in the gearbox, and I couldn't quite get a wrench down in there nice and straight, so what I did, stuck one on there as tight as I could get it, and took a second one and put it around here like this. I thought that was a better chance of getting it out without rounding it off. And we'll pull the plug out. And, oh, I can see gear lube in there. Let's get a flashlight. I'd say it looks full to me. See if you guys can see down in there. It doesn't look like it's the cleanest, but it says it should be to the top of the shaft. And if you get back here, you can just see some teeth there on the front. See those? I don't know. You can just barely see teeth poking up out of there. So the shaft must just be barely under the fluid there. So I'm going to say that's good and full. Let's dip my finger in there and see what it looks like. Seems a little thin, but it smells like gear lube. Well, I dipped the hose of the Mighty back in there because I can get down in farther, and you can see it's quite thin for gear lube, and it's just a gross color. I looked all over, and I don't see a drain plug. I'm sure there's got to be one somewhere, but we're just going to use the trusty Mighty vac to suck it all out. Well, we got just about a quart out of there, and you can see the shiny in there. That would be the shaft they're referring to up here. So it was a little overfull, and I'm guessing that was water because it just seemed thin and milkshakey. So I don't know if that got in while it was sitting outside or what. But anyway, it's a good thing we're changing it and get some fresh gear lube in there. You know you're cheap when you're using an old fuel injector bottle as a funnel. Oh, and here's a little tip. This works really good for bar oil on a chainsaw. Punch a little hole in these gallon jugs, and then when you're putting bar oil, obviously this is not bar oil, but when you are putting bar oil in your chainsaw, it's not gushing out everywhere. You get a nice little hole. It's very controllable. Now on this funnel, I'm not going to need it, but on a chainsaw, I think I read that somewhere, and man, it's amazing. You can see that little stream going right in the chainsaw. So we're going to put about a quart in here and just shoot it in there. Wish I would have learned that years ago. Let's see. I think we're right there. Okay, we're gonna call that good. And we're gonna set like it says to do, or wait like the instructions say to do on the mower, and give it time to set down in the bearings before we come back and check the level. You can see the shaft there, and I don't know if you can tell where the fluid is or not, but it's just about to the top, maybe 3/4 of the way up. And this here says to fill it to the center line of the shaft, which I would think it'd be better to have the shaft fully submerged. Not that there should be water in there, but if there is any water contamination in there, I'd hate to have water on the shaft and then have the shaft exposed out of the lubricant and have the top side start to rust. And anyway, there shouldn't be water in there. We drained it out the best we could, and I think that's pretty good. So, and just like that, ready for another season of mowing. Got the caster spindles all greased up, got the actual deck spindles greased, got the PTO shaft greased, and we changed the oil in the gearbox. I really prefer older equipment like this that has greasable, serviceable parts, as opposed to new, quote-unquote, maintenance-free items that just run until they fail because of lack of lubrication. All of these could be maintenance-free too, just let them run until they fail. It's the exact same thing. So, I really like this old style where you could actually take care of something and have it last a lifetime. Please comment, rate, subscribe if you like this video, and stay tuned for more. Thanks.